Jennifer Hernandez was just a typical teenage girl. She had good grades, a loving family, and a sexy boyfriend. On December 3rd, what seemed like a typical Wednesday, she opened her laptop to do some schoolwork. To her surprise, she found numerous ads for heather gray sweaters. She asked herself. Just that morning, she had been talking to her boyfriend about what he wanted for Christmas.
I'd really love a sweater. Not like an ugly Christmas sweater, but like a simple, chic, fashionable one. Maybe something gray to match my blue jacket?
Yeah, sure, Link. Whatever strikes your fancy.
Bruh.
How does it know? What the heck is big data? Oh wait, it says right here, LOL. Big data is the vast collection of information from sources everywhere. For example, data captured by social media, digital photos, customer databases, documents, medical records, business systems, and various other sources compose big data. Wait, so my computer's practically spying on me?
That's right! Online databases have the ability to track your information through something that's called big data. Big data is a mass collection of data from users. Any information you give to a website, your GPS, or even your doctor can and will be shared to all sorts of other collectors.
Ah! Who are you?
Jennifer exclaims.
Where are you? How did you get in here?
I actually don't know what she's talking about.
I'm talking about you! Who the hell are you?
Wait, me? You can hear me?
Yes, I can, bitch! What do you want?
Oh, well, I'm the narrator.
Oh, I guess that checks out. Why are you narrating me?
I'm narrating a documentary about big data, and you are the perfect subject for it.
Oh, yay! I'm famous! Wait, so can you help me understand what this big data thing is?
Well, technically, we narrators aren't supposed to interfere with the stories we narrate, but I don't really care, so okay.
Perf! Now, what else is in there to know about big data? Is it like common belief that is bad? Do people even know about it? Because I didn't.
Well, as a matter of fact, there are differing opinions on the subject of big data. For one, many people believe this big data to be useful. It can make shopping and browsing much easier and more convenient. However, others will argue that while it can be helpful, big data abuses your information and shares it without your consent or knowledge.
Oh, okay. So, what are some concerns that one might have with big data?
I'm glad you asked. One major concern with excessive use of big data is privacy. Users are unaware of how their data is collected, sold, and used.
Wait, can I trust you? Do you have any sources to prove your claims?
Yes, indeed. Here is a full works cited page of the sources I am about to share with you. Look in your drawer.
Okay.
Okay, now, look at that name right there. Ahmed Taherdoost. You can trust his words because he has a PhD in computer science. He's professional. In his article, Navigating the Ethical and Privacy Concerns of Big Data and Machine Learning in Decision Making, he explains that big data may be used to automate processes, acquire knowledge about target audiences, and improve performance through an in-depth market understanding based on past events. As you can see, big data can actually be very useful, and a lot of this information is ethical to use, and there is no problem about it. However, many companies do end up using information that maybe they shouldn't have access to.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, listen to this cool quote from a group led by Chi Zhao from their article Personalized Recommendation Examining Privacy Concerns from a Cost Perspective. They say, Online retailers find it easier to track consumers' personal information and purchase records, making it possible for online merchants to use big data algorithms and provide personalized recommendation.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Personalized information? What the heck? These guys are just using the innocent people's info to help them sell stuff. That's messed up.
Don't like that, huh? Well, yeah, that sucks. But what sucks even more is it's difficult to anonymize. So basically, there is this thing called genetic data. It's like your DNA and health and grandmas and stuff. Anyway, this guy, Remy Daviat, explains in his article, Genetic Data, Potential Uses and Misuses in Marketing, that anonymizing genetic data without destroying a large share of the information is not a simple task. The data is difficult to keep anonymous because it is linked to a specific person. Data used, especially for machine learning, will be biased. Whether it's the type of data used, the availability of the data, or the bias of the programmers, decisions are made based on this data. So if there are flaws in the collection, then there will be flaws in the results.
Wow. Well, tell me more. What other reasons are there that big data is a big no-no?
Remember that awesome, cool Jacob Howard guy whose literature review you read earlier? Well, that man is so awesome, he also wrote a magazine editorial.
Ouch! Let me see this. Don't trust that big D. Wait, I love this guy. He's really funny and hilarious. I want to be his best friend.
Just read the dang article.
Oh wow, interesting. It says here that most data used specifically for machine learning will be biased, whether it is the type of data used, the availability of the data, or the bias of the programmers. Decisions are made based on this data, so if there are some flaws in the collection, there are maybe some flaws in the result. That is so interesting. This guy is smart and insightful. Well, who are these programmers that are apparently cause the data to be biased?
Let's ask Dr. Varia Havari Nasab. He says in an interview that ChatGPT was fine-tuned, and the fact that most of the people that worked on that fine-tuning were white, English-speaking males, then you know that the product is obviously biased towards white, English-speaking males.
Bruh, I hate men. That's actually so stupid. This world is just already full of prejudice, and now there's even robots that are racists?
Oh, tell me about it! Speaking of which, AI is used in identifying terrorism, which you might be able to guess can be very easily biased.
Let me guess. The information is put in by white men, so according to the data, terrorists are stereotypically Middle Eastern men.
Yep, isn't that messed up? Hugo Verhelst discusses this in his article, Machine Learning Against Terrorism, How Big Data Collection and Analysis Influences the Privacy Security Dilemma. How technology for identifying terrorists is not very sound and reliable because it is based on past events and information put in. The unfortunate reality is that people really don't like to admit when people like them are wrong. Internal terrorism is greatly overlooked. People never talk about how mass shootings and hate crimes can and should in fact be labeled as terrorism. And this is mostly by white males. But no, that would never happen because they could never do something so foul. This data is just so utterly biased. We shouldn't be using all of this big data.
OMG! I still need a present for my boyfriend. Will you help me look for a sweater for him?
You're right. Maybe it's time we take a break.
Hi?
Montage time!
this is perfect. Thank you. Link is going to love this. Okay, now back to that nasty big data. What else do you have?
Crap! My Furby ate my other notes. Ugh! What do I do now?
Bro, just do a rebuttal or something.
Ooh, good idea. Wait, who are you? Where did you come from?
Oh, this is my friend Kimberly. She was in the montage. It's okay if she joins us. She's really smart.
Sure, I guess. Okay, so basically, a lot of people will argue that big data is actually very useful and should be utilized. Now, like I said before, it can indeed be convenient. However, it is not worth it. Why would you just give away your info so you can get personalized ads? You hate them anyway. Some people are gonna be like, oh, well, online sellers can use my information to help me. But what they are not understanding is it is helping the sellers more than the consumers. If they find out you really like Legos, they're gonna recommend a bunch of Legos you don't need. Okay, that was a bad example because you can never have enough Legos, but you get the idea. And remember how that Daviet guy was talking about how we can't keep data anonymous? If we can't keep it anonymous, we shouldn't be using it.
So we should just anonymize data? Look, while you were getting jiggy with it, we did some research of our own and read one of the sources. Well, actually Kimberly did it all. I'll let her explain.
Andrea Godotti says in an article, the idea is that anonymized information cannot be linked back to an individual and hence cannot be used to harm their privacy. This will solve all our problems. We just should use data without tracking people.
Oh, thanks, I guess. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Unfortunately, however, this can be difficult. Godotti says it himself. He discusses how it can be very tricky to keep the data useful while still trying to preserve people's privacy.
Oh, so basically you're rage-baiting me. Shut up, you idiot.
Broski, I am helping you.
Right, what I meant to say is, wow, that is so insightful. I need to tell all my friends about this so that they can be responsible with their data. They don't know it yet, but this is something they're going to care about. They need to be careful with the information they give out because it could be shared to anybody. It might not be that big of a problem. It could even help with some things like online shopping or streaming videos, but the convenience is not worth the risk of the lack of privacy.
I'll go hit him up right now.
Huzzah! I'm so incredibly glad that I can reach you. Each and every person we can inform about this issue is one step forward. The more attention we bring to it, the more it can be resolved. If this issue is not addressed, then people will lose trust in big business and the companies collecting information. If it is addressed, however, there will be more safety and security for everyone. Now, Jennifer, our time here is almost up. Is there anything else you would like to say to the people watching?
Oh, absolutely. Viewers should look into how much information they are giving away and think about how much they are willing to give so that their information is not shared. They should make sure to consider what websites they're using and think about their credibility.
Let's leave everyone a final message before we go. Big data, more like big disaster.